fun news. I'm Kyle again. I'm still more sad guy, and I'm doing the Industrial Revolution. Hi, I'm Ollie Oswald. I'll be covering agriculture.
And I'm covering factory life, and this is fun news.
Hello again. This is Ollie Oswald with Fun News. Today I'll be covering agriculture in American history and the innovation that came with it. So, before the 19th century, farmers, or laborers really, had to use what was known as a grain cradle to harvest and deposit their crops. So, for example, with wheat, you could simply pick up the crop like so, and then you could easily deposit it just by tilting. As you can see, this was a relatively efficient system, although it was done by hand, which did slow down productivity. So, it's obvious that the system of using grain cradles was nowhere near as efficient as America needed in order to flourish. So what they needed to do was develop tools which could eliminate those tasks that were too difficult to do by hand. For example, hard soil. The hard prairie soil was a very difficult aspect of farming to maneuver around, which is why John Deere produced the iron plow in 1837. This piece of machinery was extremely useful, even revolutionary, in reducing the amount of hard soil and pretty much making it no longer a worry for farmers. So now you know that the issue of planting crops was resolved thanks to John Deere's iron plow. However, the problem that still remains is how are the farmers going to increase their speeds for harvesting the crops, namely wheat? Obviously, the grain cradle won't be able to do much since it's operated by hand. However, this is when, in the 1830s, Cyrus McCormick, a plantation owner, decides to patent the horse-drawn reaper. As you can see, it is led by two horses and driven by a laborer, and its purpose is to cut standing wheat. The remarkable aspect of this upgrade was the fact that it increased speeds of harvest by about 5 times, from 3 acres a day from a person operating a cradle to 15 acres a day from a person operating a horse-drawn reaper. And by the way, this idea was rumored to have been created by one of McCormick's slaves. So the last improvement I have for you today, ranging from the year of 1790 to 1860, is that which pertains to dairy. And by that, I mean milk. Over at Fun News, we were able to get a sampling of one of the local farms in which they were able to give us milk produced from one of the newer milking machines, produced in the 1850s. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, I'm Akil Mansabdar, and today we're going to be talking about the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution hosts to a wide variety of new inventions that make our daily lives even faster. For example, Thomas Newcomen, he invented the first steam engine in the year of 1712, and then James Watt improves it to make it much more efficient. These steam engines were used in making the first trains, steamboats, and factories. For example, a train, like the one right here. It's impressive, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And you guys are all jelly because you don't have one. Well, they work better in real life. Yeah. Anyway, the show must go on. So next, a man named James Hargreaves invented the spinning jenny. It looked like this. The spinning jenny spun 8 balls of yarn instead of 1, and the spinning wheel, which we all know, spun only 1 ball of yarn. So the spinning jenny was basically an improved version of the spinning wheel. So whoever made the spinning wheel, you can go home because we have a spinning jenny. What do you have? We have a jenny that spins, and you only have a wheel that spins. Not so fascinating, is it? So now we're moving on to the creation of the cotton gin. The cotton gin was created by Eli Whitney, and it makes removing the cotton seeds from the fibers even faster. This helped the southern states because they grow the cotton and they sell it, which gives them a profit, and it really helped them a lot. It didn't really help the north because who cares about the north? And anyway, the south is the agricultural part and the north is not. So all these inventions that we see around us that are happening, the spinning jenny, the train, the cotton gin, they're all part of the Industrial Revolution, and they're changing the world around us for the greater good. So stay tuned. I'll see you next time.
Hello, my name is Megan Parkey, and welcome back to Fun News. On this segment of Fun News, we will be talking about the factory system and child labor, starting with the factory system. The factory system first started out in Great Britain and then spread to Western Europe. By 1790, the factory system had approached the United States after it took about a generation or so. Samuel Plato was the first person to ever build a factory in the United States. He had knowledge about how to deal with textile mills from his apprenticeship back in England with Jedediah Stubbs. He was the first person to ever build a water power textile mill in the United States. At first, he had about 9 employees, 7 of them boys and 2 of them girls, ranging from the ages of 7 to 12. By 1800, he had about 100 employees. By 1840, immigration boomed in the United States, and thus it made the factory system really well. He established about 16 mills, and by 1830 or so, there were about 100 mills across the United States. This graph here shows the time from 1750 to 1860 and America's world manufacturing output. In 1750, America produced 0% of the manufacturing output, and by 1860, America contributed about 10% of the goods to the world. Thank you. Now, stay tuned for child labor. Hello, my name is Megan Clarkson. Welcome back to Fun News. And on this segment, we are going to be talking about child labor. Child labor was first introduced in the United States in the late 1700s after the Industrial Revolution hit. And by 1810, about 2 million children were working in factories. These children worked in factories for about 60 to 70 hours a week and about 12 to 19 hours a day with little or no breaks. Now, factory owners loved child labor because their reasoning was that it was good for the economy, and also they did not have to pay the children as much as, say, immigrants from Western Europe or American workers. And one glass factory was fenced with barbed wire to keep the young inside, so hence children did not have a good life inside the factory. Children were most of the time punished for their wrongdoing, if they had any in the factory, by getting weighed or by having heavy objects placed on their back to strain them and to motivate them to work harder. Orphans were the ones subject to the slave-like labor because the factory owners justified them not paying these orphans by saying that they were giving the orphans food or shelter or such. Only by 1833 did things improve for children. So child labor has since decreased and was a very dark time in American history.
We will now bring you to Hingle McCringleberry with live coverage of Sam Slater.
Yes, well, thank you, Kyle. I'm here live with the one and only Sam Slater. Now, Sam, tell me how it feels being called the father of the factory system and knowing that because of you, Americans started the industrial age.
Well, my ideas were my own. I was born in England, and I worked in a textile industry there.
Well, then, how did your ideas come to America?
In disguise, I secretly immigrated to America in hope of spreading my ideas of the textile industry. I also wanted to become richer and start a fortune in America. There, I created the cotton thread spinner. This was the first cotton thread spinner in the U.S.
How did your invention, the cotton thread spinner, benefit America?
Well, it helped in the production of speeding up clothing, in speeding up making clothing. It was also used in textile mills to spin cotton into yarn.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you, Sam. Hope to see you around later.
Thank you, Hingle.
We now bring you to a very special sit-down conversation between Mary Morning and Elias Howe.
You're cute. Oh, we're live. Mr. Elias Howe, now please tell me about your sewing machine that changed America forever.
Good evening, Mary. My sewing machine impacted America significantly and helped in the production of clothing. I wasn't able to perfect the machine without the help of Isaac Singer. Mr. Singer perfected my machine by adding an up and down motion. This sped up the machine, making the production of clothing much quicker. This was much easier than sewing clothes by hand. It also provided many jobs in the factory.
Now please tell me, who can work on this job? Who can?
Anyone could work on this machine. Many women worked on them, and this helped establish a more important role of women in society. Kids as young as 12 can work on these machines. However, pay was very low.
Can you show me a final product of this machine?
Sure. Look at this beautiful scarf. How lovely, and how these colors match up so beautifully. This up and down motion allowed it to create this product very quickly, thus just making it a fine product.
Well, thank you.
You're quite welcome.